It feels like magic. It doesn't have to be teaching reading, it doesn't have to be teaching math, it can be teaching kayaking, for goodness sakes. But if you feel something coming back from that, that's a good sign that you may be cut out for being a teacher. My name's Catherine Beck, and I teach science and engineering at Randolph Middle School, and I love what I do. I love working with the students every day. I feel like in our community we are really about growing the student, and I like the opportunity to get to know them, to build that relationship, and then watch as they grow into who they are and what they're going to become. When I left for college, I actually told my dad that there was no way I was ever going to be a teacher because I did not have enough patience for that job. I loved science, and so I quickly went into the science fields and then got the opportunity to teach one day. And after about an hour of watching students discover new ideas and have sort of aha moments, I was like, okay, this might be awesome. Teachers wear lots of hats, and I like that part of my job. It's never the same on any day. It's always different. I get to see them get amazing saves in a soccer goal and get standing ovations. I get to see them fail tests and come for a hug when they need one. We do Band-Aids with skinned knees. And then to watch them cross the stage at graduation, I mean, I cry right along with their parents. That's part of what I do. So the aha moments in science and teachers, I guess that's what keeps us going on a daily basis. So when you've been struggling with a student to understand a concept and all of a sudden they're like, oh, and you're like, yes, that's it! And you can kind of move on from there, move to the next thing. But probably the more important ones are the ones where you have been working with a student all year long and you send them on to the upper school, and then a couple years later you start talking to them and they're very successful in whatever they've decided to do. But every once in a while, a student will come back to us as teachers and say, that hour you spent with me, or those weeks you spent with me, or whatever it is, really helped shape who I am. They are still young enough that they love to discover. And our school environment here really offers them the opportunity to jump in with 2 feet and fail epically, if that's what happens. And then we pick up, dust off, and move on to the next day. And our school culture really helps them establish that resilience. I think that your passion for a field gives you the stamina to stay in it because it acts as your motivation. So when it's a late night and you have 50 things left to do on your to-do list and you have to figure out what the most important thing is, I often find myself choosing student. So if a student needs a response from me on an email, or if a parent has a concern about their child, those come to the top very quickly because that is why I went into teaching. The growth of that student or that child from a parent's perspective is the most important thing I do to my underlying passion for why I am here, and that is for growing young people into adults and the people they're meant to be.